Well, it didn't quite let me do that, but Stephen Herigway, Candelaria Robles, Extended Stay America 555 Airport Creek Point, September 29th, 30th. Folio is ended on September 28th. And then tax and exemptions. But they're not subtracting it. They're adding the exemption to the tax. Let's take a look right here. This one is from one of their old third-party websites. Says that they have uniform security. No uniform security exists. Maintenance and repair questions. 411 days. Starting a eviction after 340 days of not fixing a phone. There is no excuse in the world that will make anybody believe that you were under no obligation to get it done when you have a duty of care and a higher duty of debt owed to your guest in a hotel as an innkeeper than a landlord does. And a landlord has 96 hours. Let's see. Those veterans, Ryan Schaffer, their attorney. Judicial bias. Discrimination in housing. Now that you've seen the rent exists, resident exists, it shall be a discriminatory or unfair housing practice for any person to refuse to show, transfer, rent, lease, or refuse to receive and transmit any bona fide offer to buy, sell, or lease, or otherwise make unavailable or deny, withhold from any person housing, or to discriminate in the terms, conditions, or privileges pertaining to any housing because of disability, race, creed, color, sexual orientation, including transgender status, religion, marital status, familial status, national origin, ancestry, source of income, veteran or military status, reasonable accommodations for disabilities. We asked them to be moved, and it's recorded in the court docket in her own words. A person with disabilities is entitled to a reasonable accommodation and or modification which is necessary to allow the person full and equal enjoyment of housing. An accommodation is not reasonable if its provisions would result in an undue financial and administrative burden or a fundamental alteration to the housing provider's operation. But moving us to an ADA suite when they're required to have one is not unreasonable. Absolutely not. Because it doesn't give you a great room. It gives you the chance to have bars so you don't fall on your face while you're trying to take a shit and drop in your pants. I apologize for my language. But when I have to watch my father bathe out of a pan, and I gotta get him pots of warm water because he can't get over the lip in the tub. And we're the ones not getting our rights recognized again. It is a discriminatory attack act to retaliate against a person who opposes a discriminatory practice, like towing of vehicles from low-income renters in a tenement without law enforcement authority acting as a landlord. When Colorado Supreme Court has decided short-term vacation rentals duty of care determined by exclusivity. This is from PM Law. We kind of skip through here. Hayes Garrett v. Dunn. The court addressed the issue of whether the owner of a short-term vacation rental owed the duties of a landlord over the duties of an innkeeper. Well, under Virginia common law, because this was appellate court, this is it goes to federal case law that they lease under a let's see, under a tenant's exclusive control. Absent fraud or concealment, the tenant takes premise in whatever condition they may be in. There is an elevated duty of care imposed by an innkeeper. An innkeeper is defined as a person who, for compensation, keeps open a public house for the lodging and entertainment of travelers. These are generally accepted to mean owners who run hotels, motels, resorts. Unlike a landlord, an innkeeper owes a duty to take every reasonable precaution to protect the person and property of their guests and boarders. The duties owed by an innkeeper are significantly greater than those owed by a landlord. In this case, the owners of vacation rental property used a third-party management company to handle the rentals of a vacation home. The vacation home was rented to the Haynes Garrett family, blah, blah, blah. Injured party, so on and so forth. They had a duty to care, Supreme Court. Now, I keep mentioning Weston v. Grow. And we're going to go and take a look at that just for a moment. And then we're going to go look at Carrie Hunt Dunn of Texas. There's a PDF. It's 34 pages. I just want to show that one because it gives you a little bit of a better idea. And then I wanted to go ahead and find Schaffner Law. This right here I'm going to send you. I will let you read it. Nearly exactly what I was stating. Pushed out unlawfully. No duty of care. Violating the contractual promise and enforceable agreement of a confirmation of a reservation into icy and unfavorable conditions late at night or in the early morning hours while still dark either way, risking life and limb literally, and all were lost in this. So when I say that the police aren't doing their job and I sound somehow cocky and pretentious, that's because I have their general orders, every single one of them, including their requirement under their own contracts, under the law, under the City of Colorado Springs agreements to enforce all 18 section codes. And they're given a little bit of discretion. Keep in mind that when his vehicles got taken, when the privacy policy was violated, when abuses kept happening and happening and happening, they decided to come and take more from him and took his caregiver for a traffic warrant when the standard in that through American Disabilities Act Title II is to exercise that and ask a simple question. Is taking this man, his caregiver, away from him when he doesn't have a phone, he's on the 4th floor in that elevator we just came up in, has a notice saying it's unlawful and unsafe to operate, is taking this man for a misdemeanor going to put the public more at risk? Then by taking him, is his patient going to be more at risk than the public is going to be if we leave him here? As this a traffic warrant, also called a who the hell cares? They chose wrong. And they took more, and now you guys want to take from me.